When we first meet Harry Potter, he's wearing oversized Dudley cast-offs and living in a spider-infested cupboard. But flash forward to his first trip to Gringotts, and ready or not, here comes the boom. He's got a mountain of gold like a miniature dragon hoarding treasure. So where did all this wealth come from? How did the Potters become one of the wealthiest families in the wizarding world, despite having only one known child per generation, no visible job history, and a strong aversion to staying alive past age 21? Let's open the vault, trace the gold-dusted family tree, and uncover the surprisingly rich history of the Potter fortune. The OGs of gold, Fleamont and Euphemia, Potter. Before Harry, before James, there was Fleamont Potter, a man with a ridiculous name and a shockingly sharp business mind. Born into an already well-to-do pure-blood family, Fleamont wasn't content to live off old money. Instead, he decided to grow it, magically and literally. Enter Sleek Easy's hair potion. Fleamont invented Sleek Easy's hair potion, a product that could tame even the most unmanageable wizarding hair. It became a smash hit, particularly with witches tired of frizz and wizards with uncooperative cowlicks. The potion was a staple in magical households, and Fleamont sold the company for a small fortune, which, in wizarding terms, probably means enough galleons to fill a Quidditch stadium. He and his wife, Euphemia, lived in quiet luxury and were deeply devoted to their only son, James. Though the couple were older when James was born, they doted on him and left him with not just material wealth, but also a strong moral foundation. Tragically, both died of dragonpox just before Harry was born, yet their legacy, and their vault, lived on. Let's be honest, they might be the most low-key fairy godparents in the series. James and Lily, rich, young, and very dead. James Potter grew up an only child with wealth, love, and probably the best broomstick allowance a boy could ask for. He was popular at Hogwarts, clever in a mischievous way, and the very definition of young, magical, and loaded. When he married Lily Evans, a brilliant Muggle-born witch, the two became a power couple with brains, heart, and gold to spare. But instead of living a lavish lifestyle, they chose a path of resistance. As Voldemort rose to power, James and Lily joined the Order of the Phoenix, putting their privilege to good use. Despite going into hiding during the First Wizarding War, they lived in a cozy cottage in Godric's Hollow, a symbol of their roots and their quiet hopes for a peaceful life. They didn't work traditional jobs, but didn't need to. James's inheritance, and probably smart magical investing, covered their needs. And then, Voldemort. Their story ended in tragedy, but they left behind something even more precious than gold. Their son, Harry Potter, the boy who lived, and lived wealthy. Harry's life took a hard left turn when his parents were murdered. He grew up unloved, unwanted, and completely unaware that he had a small fortune waiting for him. When Hagrid led him into Gringotts for the first time, Harry was gobsmacked to see a pile of gold he could actually call his own. The gold Harry saw wasn't just money, it was freedom, security, and a link to the family he'd never known. Unlike other wealthy wizarding families, looking at you, Malfoys, Harry was humble, generous, and responsible with his money. Here are just a few ways he used it. Christmas for everyone. Harry made up for lost birthdays and holidays by going all in on gift-giving. He never hesitated to buy thoughtful presents for Ron, Hermione, and even the entire Weasley clan. Chocolate frogs, omnioculars, books, sweets, you name it, he gave it. When you've been given a second chance at love and friendship, generosity comes easy. The Weasley investment, founding Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. After winning the Tri-Wizard tournament, Harry was awarded 1,000 galleons. Instead of hoarding it, he did something brilliant. He gave it all to Fred and George Weasley to fund their joke shop dreams. Without Harry's seed money, Weasley's Wizard Wheezes might never have become the magical empire it did. In other words, Harry wasn't just a hero, He was a venture capitalist. Practical magic. Harry never used his wealth to show off. No designer robes, no luxury broom collections, no private hippogriff stables. He bought what he needed, occasionally splurged for his friends, and stayed grounded, except when flying. Contrast that with Draco Malfoy's "My father will hear about this" energy, and you'll appreciate just how down-to-earth Harry was, despite being absolutely minted. Working for a living, because why not? Even though he was set for life, Harry became an aura, a dangerous high-risk job fighting dark wizards. He didn't need the paycheck. He needed purpose. Later, he rose through the ranks at the ministry and helped reform it from within. That's like Mark Zuckerberg becoming a public school teacher just to make a difference. The man had character. The current state of the Potter fortune. We don't get a full breakdown of the Potter estate in the books, but by the time we get to the cursed child era, Harry and Ginny are doing just fine. Their kids attend Hogwarts with no mention of financial strain. Ginny becomes a professional Quidditch player and later a journalist. They live in comfort but without pretension, and they continue to use their privilege to support others. Odds are, the Potter fortune is still very much intact, possibly managed by goblin advisors with the magical equivalent of stocks, bonds, and low-risk, curse-free investments. The Potter fortune wasn't built on greed, power, or ancient bloodlines. It was built on innovation, kindness, and a surprising amount of good hair days. From Fleamont's entrepreneurial flair to Harry's quiet generosity, the Potter legacy isn't just about gold. It's about how you use it. And that's the real magic.